Welcome to the Okie Woodsman channel. My name is Joe. Join us as we do a little bit of work at my parents' house on their gum tree. We're going to use the pole saw, the 2511, and maybe the 550 XP. I think I can do the entire job with the 2511, but I'm not entirely sure if that's what I'm going to want to do. Also, you'll have an opportunity to rate my prune at the end because we are trying to thin out the canopy, allow grass to grow underneath the tree, and make it so my dad doesn't have limbs brushing his face as he mows the lawn. Let's get started. Ladders and trees don't generally mix, but this is what we're doing. All right. This broken limb is sitting right on top of here. We don't want to tear the tree up anymore, so what the goal is to use the pole saw and trim off one side or the other. I'm going to do it just enough to keep this up here, and then I'll go to the ground, and I should be able to just put some pressure on with the other rope, and hopefully this will rotate out. The main goal is to not be on the ladder when the limb falls. Yeah, if I cut up here, like, I can get knocked down bad. This is the stuff viral YouTube videos are made of. Accidents. Okay, thank you. Get it moving. Oh no.
What?
That wasn't exactly what we thought was going to happen, but now what I should be able to do is throw a line over that, and I should be able to rock this right out. This is why you got to stay away from limbs that are hanging. This end right here, any of it, if it clobbered you, would hurt you. But this limb right here went into the ground a decent amount away. I'm going back up the ladder because there's a limb that's pointed down that I won't be able to get otherwise. Yeah, this is a lot lighter. That went fairly well. Now I'm going to unlash my ladder and get it down out of the tree. We would lash the ladder to the pole, and then we would lash ourselves to the pole and the ladder. Okay. So back around the whole thing. That makes sense. Or the strand even. Here, son. There's a limb up there that we just simply can't get to. If you haven't caught it already, we've been doing this work for my parents, and this is my dad right here. He's been in videos in the past, but he doesn't make very many appearances, so make sure you say hi Tom to him down in the comment section. We're making this all smaller so we can put it on the trailer and haul it off. Cleaning up a little bit here on the ground, and then we're going to go ahead and start taking some limbs off. Some of these I could basically reach up and grab with my hand, but I'll probably get the pole saw out just because. This is a good tool, but I already have an opinion about it. Now, I'm certainly no tree surgeon or arborist, but what we're trying to do is try not to make obvious holes, make an ugly tree. But this tree, we're got to work with what we were given. So it's a sweet gum, and my dad's tired of it hitting him in the face while he's mowing. We decided to raise the canopy fully all the way up. We're gonna keep that Y right there. We're gonna take this limb off. We're gonna take this limb off. And then everything above there is gonna stay. That's gonna raise the canopy way up and give the tree some room to grow up and out rather than down and hang down onto the lawn. It'll help the lawn to grow too. I was gonna grab the 550 XP, but I think I'll just do most of the work with this. The shield doesn't do nothing. I was going to use the small saw, but I decided that I would run the 550. It just really makes the most sense. think it's a much better decision to use this 20-inch bar on the 50cc saw. I started off thinking I was going to use the 2511 for the whole entire job because frankly it could do it. Now I think that the 550 XP is just more comfortable for a job overall working on the ground. I know that a lot of people use a top handle for that sort of work, but that's just not me. I don't want to use a top handle all the way down on the ground level. Now, if I'm up in a tree or something like that, or somewhere where I can grab onto it and cut it, which you're not supposed to do according to the instruction manual, I would prefer using the top handle. The 550 XP stock is a very good machine. It was really nice to go ahead and make that final cut on the wound on the tree that I made by cutting that entire limb off. I would love any additional information that you can give on cutting. I know I'm not supposed to cut super far into the collar. I think I left sufficient room for healing, and I think it's gonna do all right in the long run. This is a sweet gum tree. I don't know how prevalent disease is in them. This one is not as pretty as I would have liked, but it is what it is, and that one I'm happy with overall. One good solid cut through there, and I think it's not too far back and not too far out. This tree is now suddenly much taller looking, way less lopsided, and it's actually now a nice tree. Those limbs were extremely heavy when we picked them up. Those little balls or seed pods, whatever they are, were very, very heavy, and it's astonishing that those limbs can support all that. Now this is actually a really nice, pretty tree, I think. Would you go ahead and rate my prune, please? Because I guess this would be considered a prune. We certainly took quite a bit off. We even have limbs all the way up there that we removed as well. It's always good to make a tree look better and allow the grass to be able to grow underneath. My parents are gonna be really happy to be able to drive up to this home and see it now. These trees' limbs were hanging down so low that you couldn't actually see the house. My mom enjoys looking out the windows, and I think that she's gonna also appreciate not having foliage hang down low. Thanks for hanging out with us as my boys and I came over here to do this job. Now we're gonna take that load of material to the dump. Thanks for watching the Okie Woodsman channel. We'll see you on the next one.